Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobain Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobain to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.
It is harvest time for Hoosiers across the state.
From fresh fruits and vegetables, explore both farms and festivals. Travel to a family farm in Seymour, Indiana to see a unique approach to land cultivation. Join Jessica Nunemaker for a new trip to a small Indiana town. Meet the hardest working harvesters around at Hunter's Honey Farm. And welcome all the way from Egypt, the exotic sounds of the Otak Band. There are so many opportunities to get out and participate in the fall harvest.
So stay tuned for great ideas in your area on this week's Weekly Special.
Hello and welcome to the Weekly Special. I'm Erica Sagone.
And I'm Daryl Neer. Now, Erica, this time of year there are so many exciting things to do on farms all across the state of Indiana.
And of course, farms are a fantastic place to hear great Hoosier stories.
Well, at a Seymour, Indiana farm, the Haney family has over 100 years of harvesting heritage.
For Unique Farms, unique is more than just a name. It's truly a one-of-a-kind legacy that has been in the Haney family for over 100 years.
Our farm belonged to my husband's grandmother and his grandfather. There's always been an older family and a younger family sharing the household. They're all very tied to the land just because I think it's just part of them. Always been so ingrained with them. And I think my husband wants that connection to be continued on in the next generations.
Like many farming families faced with the changing times, the Haneys had to find creative solutions to revitalize the farm and keep production growing for years to come.
In order for us to be able to keep the farm and make it more sustainable and more friendly, we wanted to change the way it was run. Our total goal, I think, was to leave the land better than when we started, rather than the opposite. We're trying to give back more than we took. So we have done that. We built the pond because there was a lot of erosion. We live on very high erodible ground. And then also to help water our livestock, which also help in the ecology and the circle. We can put the cows on first and then the sheep on and then the chickens on, and everyone benefits, the soil benefits. So we've tried to build each year on the last year so that we could see the big picture of what we wanted it to be.
Part of that big picture has also been reimagining the farm's purpose. Unable to compete against large-scale farms, the Haneys have turned to a growing trend in Indiana, CSAs.
CSA means Community Supported Agriculture, and technically what that means is putting the face of the farmer out there to the community by allowing them to become part of our farm. And you sell them a subscription on a seasonal basis every year. We take a basket of our vegetables, whatever we have in season, no less than 8 varieties a week, and pack them in a box and then actually deliver them to their homes or offices. For us, we have the ultimate, because if I want a salad, I'll go out there, pick it, clean it, and put it in my bowl. There aren't very many people who can say they can do that, but that is the healthiest way to eat. It helps the community to be able to have a source, a local source, of products that they can't get anywhere else, but also for them to support a farm makes all the difference. It keeps us going. It helps us be able to do what we do with our family farm. I do a newsletter each week and tell them what's going on. In order for them to understand what went into their box, they have to understand what goes into our daily lives. It didn't just, magically appear in the ground. We planted it with our own hands. I think it makes them feel more a part of just the box that they're getting. It's not just the box, it's the Haney family that they're receiving. And That to me is more important than anything else.
For more information on the farm or to learn how to visit, go to uniqueheritagefarm.com. Erica, this harvest season is a great time for Unique as well as all of those small farms across Indiana.
Yes, and a very busy time for them. And speaking of busy times, there are so many different activities going on this time of year. It can be easy to overlook great ideas. But Jessica is here to make sure the little towns aren't forgotten.
Thanks. There's just something about a small town with a courthouse square, especially one as unique as today's featured town. Greensburg has a gorgeous town square. Get a load of that architecture. But the one thing you can't miss? The courthouse tree. No, not that tree. I am talking about that tree. Since at least 1870, there has been a tree growing on that courthouse roof. It lives for a few years, withers away, and a new one always takes its place. No one is exactly sure how it even sustains itself, but there you go. Now, on with some sightseeing. Baby bear cubs, a baby lion. At Stapp's Circle S Ranch, they are up to their ears in all things exotic, cute, and cuddly. I had the chance to pet a baby tiger last year. It was so much fun. Take the tractor ride to tour the whole place. It makes lots of stops so you can feed the range of animals, from goats to deer to fish. Don't forget to ask about the most unusual chicken ever. Getting hungry yet? Make your way to High Point Orchard. Is this gorgeous or what? Surrounded by fruit trees, there's more than fruit at the top of what's known as Pleaks Hill. It's also event hall, meeting space, and cafe. High Point Orchard dishes out food so pretty it's almost a shame to eat it. Almost. My advice, save room for pie. As if that wasn't enough, I've got two more dining options. The first, the Doghouse, is right in downtown Greensburg. They've got 27 different kinds of specialty dogs on their menu, from your standard Chicago dog to my favorite, the Reuben dog. As owner Mike says, it's the only time being in the Doghouse is a good thing. One of these days, I would like to try the Big Dog Challenge. It's a massive 22-inch, 1-pound, all-beef dog piled high with 11 toppings that must be finished in 15 minutes or less for a prize. But not today. A hop, skip, and a jump away is one of those barbecue joints that reaffirm that Southerners aren't the only ones with the gift of barbecue. With a commercial smoker on site, you will smell the goodness coming from Cecil's Pork and More before you see it. Sliders, brisket, burgers, if it's tender and juicy pork you want, you've come to the right place. For sides, it's all homemade, but absolutely get the potatoes and onions. That deserves repeating. Get the potatoes and onions. That's the condensed version of Greensburg, Indiana. To find out more and to see all of the other great Indiana towns to visit, head to www.littleindiana.com. Small towns, destinations, not drive-thrus.
Well, Erica, do you have any favorite small town activities that go on during the fall?
Well, you know, Jessica's trip to Greensburg reminded me how much I love to go to apple orchards in the fall. Pick apples and find out all the crazy desserts that they make with apples.
Yeah, and eat those treats after they're done.
Yeah.
Well, these next Hoosier harvesters are the busiest guys around, and Indiana's crops wouldn't be the same without them.
Beekeeping has been in my family for over 100 years, about 103. My grandfather started back in 1910. Then my mother started keeping bees. So since my family was in the beekeeping, I have memories of working in the bees, getting stung, not being able to go to school because my eyes were swelled shut. I remember extracting the honey, eating the honey raw out of the hive. Even to this day, when I walk into the honey house and smell the fresh honey, it still brings back memories working with my grandfather. And so it's nice to be part of the family tradition and have those memories. I would say that beekeeping is an art, more than a science. When a person starts in beekeeping, they're very frightened, as most people would be, and they usually put on the entire suit and the veil and the gloves and the smoker, and they're very cautious. But I strongly recommend that a beekeeper, as they work in the bees, start moving slowly, listen to the bees, watch the bees, and maybe take off one glove and then take off the other glove, and just slowly over time get to the point where they can work with just the smoker. Because when you do that, you are working with the bees. The more time you spend with them, the more you listen to them, you literally can, by the sound, by the pitch of their buzz, you can tell what type of mood that they're in. Or you can also tell what problems are in the hive just by the sound of it. You can also tell problems they're having by the smell of the hive. It is very difficult now to be a beekeeper financially because of the problems that we're having with the hives dying off. And so the more support we get, not only financially, but just people understanding that the bees need to be protected, that we need to minimize our use of pesticides and GMOs, things like that, then it's going to help the beekeeper and help the honeybees out. Because since the honeybees do 80% of the insect pollination, they're very important for us to have around. And that's a big part of what we do, moving our hives to apples and to watermelons. And that's why we don't have very many hives actually on our farm, because they're out around the state. When you think of all the products that a beehive can produce, I find it fascinating of what I can make out of those products. So I started playing with beeswax lip balm and honey mustard and honey teriyaki. And then to see the eyes of the public when they also realize what you can make out of honey. And so I enjoy that contact with the public, with the customer, introducing them to the wonderful world of honey. And they realize that honey is a wholesome product, that we basically extract it and put it in a jar and add a label, and that's pretty much all that we do.
Their fall harvest celebration is just around the corner. Learn more at huntershoneyfarm.com. Eric, I always love seeing all of the work that goes into maintaining those hives. It really is fascinating.
Yeah, and at Hunters, we learned that the taste of the honey actually changes seasonally depending on what plants and flowers the bees visit. So that's pretty cool.
It really is.
Well, you can get a bee's eye view of the fields during this time at the annual Indiana Balloon Fest, where up to 50 balloons take over the evening sky.
It's rare to see a hot air balloon, but 15 all at once? It all took place at the first ever Bloomington Balloon Festival, much to the delight of local balloonist and pilot Andy Richardson.
Being involved in ballooning full time, I couldn't resist and say yes. And it's turned out to be an awesome event, awesome weather. We've got our special shaped balloons here. We've got 14 other standard balloons. We've got a large line down at the tether balloon that are taking passengers up and down to give them a little taste of what ballooning's really like. Everybody's out here with a smile, and it's been a great time. Oh, I can't believe the looks on everybody's faces when they see the two shapes. It's pretty cool to see how everybody looks at them.
I think it's a lot of fun. It's a totally different experience actually seeing the balloons get blown up and leave the ground.
The profits and proceeds from the entire event are going to go to Riley Children's Hospital and the Boys and Girls Club. So what we're doing is we're putting on a community event for people to come out, have a great evening with friends and family, enjoy great music, and then the profits of that are going to charitable foundations.
The event is a rare opportunity for the area's pilots to come together. As pilot Paul Felty notes, meeting fellow balloon hobbyists can be difficult.
It's an older form of flight that a lot of people don't do. There's only 2,500 registered pilots in the U.S., so there's not very many people that do it around here, 10, 15 people. It's a great family. All of us balloon people are close-knit, and so it's nice to see friends and family again.
And for Andy, it's been a wonderful opportunity for the community at large.
This is my hometown, and I grew up here, and I love Bloomington. It's a beautiful community, a great place to live. And I also love ballooning, and to have those two together for me is a great experience. We've had great support from the community, a lot of great sponsors, great balloon pilots showing up to make it a great event. So ideally, every year in September, we would like to have an annual balloon event.
He loves hot air balloons. I don't think he was prepared for how big they actually are. But he was very excited to know that he could ride on a balloon and see them all go up in the sky.
I remember as a kid growing up myself, Bill Oliver was the one that really got me hooked on ballooning. He was the first balloon pilot in the area. And I remember as a young kid coming out to the fairgrounds in the early 90s. And Bill invited me to go on my first ride. And if it hadn't have been for that, I don't know if I ever would have found the love for ballooning. So hopefully I can maybe pass that on to somebody someday.
don't want to miss this spectacular event. For a complete schedule, visit IndianaBalloonFest.com. Well, Daryl, have you ever been up in a hot air balloon?
I've never been up. I've been around them when they launch, which is a great experience. It's really incredible to see, but never in one.
Would you go up in one?
Maybe.
Okay.
Non-committal enough?
Sure.
All right. While the Indiana Balloon Festival is just taking root, the Lotus Festival has been a staple of South Central Indiana for over 20 years, drawing musical guests from around the world. And though they won't be there this year, one of our recent guests, the OTAC Band, embodies the Lotus spirit.
I'm from Sudan, especially from Eastern Sudan. The masankob, it's main instrument that Bija people use it since 5,000 years. And I find the masankob in my home. My father, good player of masankob, and he taught me a little bit. The Bija people, most of them live in countryside. The people in countryside is still living in on old style of living. Most of them, the life in the countryside became a tough, you know. The people go to cities. The cities or the modernized can say destroy the culture that comes from the countryside. For that, I'm played hard and speak about this instrument in everywhere to do not extinguish it. So I have a concert in Southern Egypt. I met Miguel. When he come, we find us playing the masankob and some African drums, and I think from that time he likes the style of this instrument, and I think especially playing in bigger style.
I had moved to Cairo in April of 2009, and I was already seeing the lyre from these other Sudanese musicians. And so it was kind of a serendipitous thing when he came, and he's a master of this instrument. I got to know him, and as I started to see what the deal with the instrument was, I started realizing what its tradition really meant and started asking questions to dig into that more. Certainly, his music was in some ways immediately familiar to me, which is why I got the idea to put the group together and start a collaboration with him, because I heard things that I recognized in his music that sounded like things that I knew in my music, and I just heard that this would work together.
This is a way to tell the other about Bija people, those people who live in Eastern Sudan. So for that, I accept this idea, and I said to myself, I'm lucky. I say, oh my God, I find a way to perform a new style.
There weren't really any changes that I had to do. I didn't have to change the melody. I didn't have to change his style of playing at all. I wanted to add things that would feature this melody and the original playing, and then just give it this kind of frame.
Yeah, the challenge that to mix the traditional style with the West style. I'm excited that, and I said to myself, oh, the challenge begin now.
You know, we haven't had to, make a deal with ourselves that we're going to collaborate, or that we're doing this because we need more cultural collaboration. No, we found someone that we like to work with, and we come from opposite ends of the earth, and we've had no problem to put this together.
That means for me that first I'm succeed in my way to perform a music, because if the musician like your music, that means you have a part in his heart and in his heart. And that means you will find a company to make a group or to make a band. From that time we go to tell we be Otak. Otak means the man. The man, and we are a man.
And now, the OTAC Band. To get the latest schedule of OTAC band performances, visit otacband.com. And to find a complete list of musicians that will be at the Lotus Festival this year, go to lotusfest.org.
Well, Daryl, from bees to hot air balloons, I think tonight's show gave us a lot of good ideas on how to get harvest season off to a good start.
A little something for everyone.
Yep.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, but before we go, let's hear one more song from OTAC Band. Good night.
Production support for the weekly special is provided by IU School of Public Health Bloomington, addressing public health needs by preventing disease, promoting health, and improving quality of life across the state and around the world through research, teaching, and community engagement. The Al Cobine Recognition Endowment Fund, established by friends and family of Al Cobine to support jazz initiatives on WTIU and WFIU. And WTIU members, thank you.